नमस्कार लर्नर्स, NIUS के PM ई-विद्या चैनल में आप सभी का स्वागत है। मैं आंचल गोस्वामी, एकेडमिक ऑफिसर ICT, वोकेशनल एजुकेशन डिपार्टमेंट में कार्यरत हूँ। आज हम बात करेंगे बेसिक्स ऑफ HTML एंड CSS। ये हमारे कोर्स वेब डिज़ाइनिंग एंड डेवलपमेंट का 3rd लेसन है। इससे पहले हम 2 चैप्टर्स पढ़ चुके हैं, जिसमें हमने पढ़ा था कि नेटवर्क कैसे डिप्लॉयड होता है, फिर हमने पढ़ा वर्ल्ड वाइड वेब क्या होता है और उससे रिलेटेड टर्मिनोलॉजीज़ क्या होती हैं। पहले हमने पढ़ा कि नेटवर्क कैसे कैसे डिप्लॉय हो सकता है, कैसे डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ नेटवर्क्स हो सकते हैं, जैसे लैन, वैन, मैन, और कैसी टोपोलॉजीज़ हो सकती हैं, जैसे रिंग टोपोलॉजी, बस टोपोलॉजी, मैश टोपोलॉजी। उसके बाद हमने पढ़ा कि कैसे पैकेट्स एक मशीन से दूसरे मशीन पे ट्रांसफ़र होता है थ्रू डिफरेंट OSI लेयर्स। देयर आर 7 लेयर्स। नेक्स्ट चैप्टर में हमने पढ़ा कि व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ इंटरनेट कनेक्शंस बिटवीन एंड यूज़र एंड इंटरनेट, जैसे डायल अप कनेक्शन, ISDL, ये हमने लास्ट चैप्टर में पढ़ा था। उसके बाद हमने पढ़ा था कि वेब पेज क्या होता है, वेबसाइट क्या होता है, और URL क्या होता है, www क्या होता है। तो वर्ल्ड वाइड वेब की हमने बेसिक चीज़ों के बारे में पढ़ा था। आज हम पढ़ेंगे कि वेब पेजेस कैसे बनते हैं, व्हाट इज़ द लैंग्वेज बिहाइंड देम, जिससे हमारे आउटपुट में वेब ब्राउज़र पे जो भी कंटेंट आता है वो डिस्प्ले होता है। सो वी विल स्टार्ट विद इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is a markup language. So whenever we think like we have to design a building, we have to define its structure, then we add some styling elements to it, and then we can add some programming features, like we can program lift according to its functions. We can program different electrical appliances. Similarly, while creating any website, first we have to create the structure. That structure is created using HTML. If we have to add some styling, then we use cascading styling sheets, CSS. And if we have to do some programming, we have to take some input from the user, then produce some output on the basis of some databases, etc. When we use some programming languages like Python, JavaScript, etc. Here we will study basic HTML first, then we will go to CSS. So every web page on internet, it has got one address, as we discussed earlier. It is called Uniform Resource Locator. So whenever we have to access a web page, we should have its link, which is called URL. Like we share link of particular web pages among ourselves, then we have that link with us. That link relocates, browser uses that link to go to that page. What is browser? Browser is a software program which is used to show web pages. Like we have Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer, etc. In HTML, the program is structured using different tags, and these tags have different attributes. All the tags are bracketed and they are opened and closed. We will show it later. The pages of web browsers, they have extension .htm or .html. We have to use a word processor where we actually type our code, then we save the file with the extension .html, then we can see those pages in browser. How to start Notepad? It is a very basic thing. We have to search Notepad in Windows menu. We get Notepad and we click it, we get Notepad window opened. HTML page creation. So first step is choosing a text editor, then we create a basic starting document, then we understand and set document properties, then we have to view results in our browser. Any document, any web page, it has got some 3 elements which are very basic and very important. First is HTML tag, second head tag, and third is body tag. HTML tag, it tells that this is an HTML document and entire code between it has to be seen with the web browser. Head tag contains metadata. It contains some title, script, styling, whatever which is required to produce the output, but it's not actually displayed on the screen. In body tag, we have everything which is seen as output on the web browser page. First we will see head tag. Head tag is head of our document and it is a container of metadata. Metadata is the data about data and it is not displayed. Like we have what is the title of our page, what is the styling of our page, what is the scripting. If we can use some external scripting file, we can add them in head tag. It defines what kind of character set information, character set styling we can add to our document. Next is title tag. We will see it in a small example. It is a very simple web page we have created. It has got all those elements which we will discuss today. It has got some heading, some images, some text with different colors, some list. We will see how we will add all these elements in a notepad or in a HTML coding. As you can see, it has got a title, name is shown as National Institute of Open Schooling. We have added this as title in our web page. You can see that title of our web page is shown as National Institute of Open Schooling. So title is something which is displayed at the top line of the user's browser. If user chooses to bookmark, when we bookmark pages, so it is the name of web page. Then browser saves that title as favorite and adds it to the list of bookmarks. The text in our title should be as descriptive as possible because this is what many search engines on the internet use for indexing your site. Setting document properties. So document properties are set using body tag. As we can see in our example, in the body tag we have added some attributes like left margin, right margin, link, a link, v link. So these are all document properties and it are always added in body tag. For example, there are color settings for the background color of the page, the document's text and different states of links. Setting colors. In HTML, every color is noted as RGB. We have 2 digits for every component. RGB stands for red, green, blue. So every 2 digit will have how much intensity of red color should be there. Next 2 digits will tell how much intensity of green should be there and next will tell about blue. We have similar lists of these kind of colors, like for white we have all of the 3 red, green, blue components are set to obtain a white color. To obtain a blue color, we will have last 2 digits, that is blue component has to be set, others has to be 0. So in this way we have coding for all the colors in HTML. We don't have to memorize them, we just take it from the list. Or we can simply add, we can simply write the name of the color in English also, then it will also be taken as by browser. For example, here we have taken red color as in as English spelling, green also as its spelling. So standard colors we can use as their spelling also, and for some specific colors we have to use their coding. Body element, as we discussed, body tag defines the document's body. It is the element which contains all the contents of an HTML document such as headings, paragraphs, images, hyperlinks, tablets, lists, etc. All the content inside the body tag is only visible on the web page. In our example, body tag starts here and it has got all the text, all the images, font styles, different list, and at the end it ends here. So whatever it is in between body, open and close tags, it is all displayed on the screen. There are different attributes of body tag. For every tag, to define some certain descriptive properties of those tags, we have to add some attributes. BG color is for changing the background of a page. If we have to set some colored background of a page instead of white, we can use BG color is equal to color code. A link, when we add some link to our page, then there are three properties of any link. The color, which will be there when the link is not active and it has not been visited yet. Link is the color that will be shown there. When the link is active, when we click the color, then during that, what will be the color of the link? V link stands for visited link. As we Google anything on the internet, when we have all the links in blue color. When we visit those links and we come back to our page, we see that the links we have already checked out, these they are seen in purple color. The same thing is represented here. Then we have text. We can change color of the text on a web page. We have margins. We can add top margin, left margin, right margin in our text in a web page. In our example, we have added, for link we have added green color, for A link we have added red color, and for V link we have added yellow color. The text you can see in this is the comment. Whatever is the comment in the code, it is not displayed, it is not executed by the browser. It is taken as that user has written it for easiness of coding. Text color, the text attribute is used to control color of all the normal text in the document. The default color of the text is black, and we can change the color of text to any color code which we want. We will show it that how we will change. Suppose we add text in body. Now we have added text color. It is the code of magenta. Now entire text, this text has been green because it has been overwritten in the code as green colored. Other text has been set to magenta. Link, V link and A link we have already discussed. Link is for initial appearance of the link, V link for the visited link, A link for the active link, and body BG color. We can add all these attributes in the body tag itself. The body element also gives you ability of setting an image as the document's background. We can also add an image in the background of the web page. So we have to, like we have used an image in the body tag. In styling, we have set background of the body. Background image has been set to the background image, and we have used background repeat, no repeat attribute, background size, cover attribute. It says that the image has not to be repeated on the screen. If the image size is less than the size of the screen, then image gets repeated on the screen. So we have to avoid that thing. So we have no repeat attribute. Then we have background size cover. That means it has to cover the entire screen. We can see in this that it is a background image. This is a background image which we have taken page, otherwise it was a plain white background. If we have to preview our work, we have to save the file with the extension .html. Then we have to go to the location of the file. We have to open it through the browser. Then we can see the output of our screen as we are seeing. Edit, save and view cycle. It is same as we have when we have to edit. We have to open the notepad version or the word processor version of the document. We have to make the changes. Then we have to save the page. Then we have to go back to the browser page, where after refreshing it, all the changes will be displayed on the browser. Headings, paragraphs, breaks and horizontal rules. After completing this section, we will get to understand that how to list and describe the different heading elements, use paragraphs, insert breaks and add a horizontal rule in our web page. In HTML, we have uh, default settings of some headings, like default size of some headings from H1 through H6. H1 is the highest size and H6 is the lowest size. We can also set the size of a font according as an attribute in the font tag, and we can also use default heading tags. For example, we have here we can see that we have in body tag we have used H1 to H6 tags, and accordingly we can see that H1 heading has font size bigger than H2 and H3 and so on. The paragraph tag, it defines a paragraph. So automatically if we have a paragraph, it has got some single blank line before and after each P element. P tag includes P open tag and P close tag. We can see in our document also. We have taken here P starting the P paragraph. So before that we have a blank line and P tag closes. P tag closes here. After that we have lists. So we can see same thing in our web browser page. It has started after a blank line. After the text, list of programs has not started just after NIOS or just after the images of these page. It has gone to the next line because of the P tag. We can also see in the example, this example clearly defines that what are the paragraph tags and what are heading tags. Every paragraph tag, otherwise we have to use break tag. Break tag used to jump to the next line. If we don't have that, we have to use P tag. Using P tag, we can jump to the next line. Break tag, line breaks allows you to decide where the text will break on a line or continue to the end of the window. Break tag is an empty element, meaning that it may contain attributes but it does not contain content. So break tag is used just to like we used to press enter in word processor. The same task is done by break tag, and it does not have a closing tag. Wherever we add BR, it will jump to the next line. As we can see in this document, after P tag, we have after paragraph 1 is written, we have BR. So after paragraph 1, in the output we can see after paragraph 1, the line 2 is written in next line. After line 2 also we have break tag, and line 3 is shown in next line. So we can easily see that after break tag the output is shifted to next line. HR tag, it is horizontal rule tag, and like BR tag, it also does not have a closing tag. It is used to add some line, or we can say some horizontal rule to the document. In our document we have added a horizontal rule. This blue line is for depicting the example of horizontal rule. So we can change its width, we can change its alignment, we can change the color of the horizontal rule. Here we can see in HR tag we have added size attribute as 5, color attribute as blue, and width as 60%. 60% means it will occupy 60% of the entire width of the screen. If we change it to red, or we say size means width of the horizontal ruler, we can say we write it 9. We can see the output now. The color of the ruler has changed and width has also changed. We can also change how much it will occupy. Let's say 100%, it will occupy the entire width of the screen. So we can use it for styling purpose. Attribute we have already seen. So size is to set the size of the set the thickness. We can say thickness of the horizontal ruler. Width is to set the how much part it will occupy of the screen, what would be its length, and alignment is set, we have to align it center or right, and color is to set the color of the horizontal ruler. We can see the same example. They have simply taken HR line 3, a simple HR without any attribute. It has shown as a ruler. We can use it in text indentation, in styling, or in dividing the web page into different parts, etc. Next is character formatting. So we will learn how can we change the color and size of our text and common character formatting elements, how we can align our text, how we can add special characters and use other character formatting elements. To use some special characters, like we have shown some spades in the web browser page, we have used this tags, ampersand, spades and semicolon. All of the special characters in HTML, they start with ampersand and they end with colon, and without any tag open and closing, it will display the respective character on the browser page. To add bold, italic and underline features, we have to use B, I and U tags in these ways. To change the color, we have to set the color in font tag. In font element, we can have an attribute of color and setting it to respective code or respective color. If we use pre tag, that is pre-formatted tag, whatever we write in pre-formatted tag will be shown in the browsers as it is. If it has some next line, some break element, some space. So any text enclosed by pre-tag is displayed in a monospaced font. Spaces and line breaks are supported without additional elements or special characters. So we don't have to write some different coding or different tag. We don't have to use B, I, U or break a space to add to that content. We will write it in what format we write it. It will be displayed exactly in that format on the screen. This clearly defines that how the output will be shown. Whatever is bold is written as bold. We can see that bold, italics, underlined are designed as their attributes. Emphasize and strong, they are also like bold and italic. We can also change the size of font, one size larger, one size smaller, using the plus attribute. In size, along with the size, we can also write +1, +2, -1 to increase or decrease the font size. Next is alignment. So some elements have attributes for alignment, horizontal rules. The three alignment values are left, right and center. Center tag we can use like this, and we can center elements, we can align elements according like left alignment or right alignment. We have also implemented in our code, like we have added to align this image, we have taken it in center tag. So this image will be shown in the center of the screen. This image is shown in the absolute center of the screen because it has been aligned using center tag. When we use CSS, we use div element. It divides the screen on the basis of different styling. It represents a division in the document and can contain most other element type. The alignment attribute of the div element is well supported. In table also, when we will discuss table, inside a table alignment can be set for each individual cell. Escape sequences are the special characters, and as we check that spades using ampersand and semicolon. Unlike the rest of the HTML, the escape sequences are case sensitive. HTML is not case sensitive, that we can use tags in small characters or capital letters. It is up to the user. It does not differentiate between that. But when we are using special characters or escape sequences, we have to use the as they are used, like they are used in small characters, so we have to use them in small. It is case sensitive. These are the different characters and their entity names. If we want to display and, it is and ampersand AMP. For all like asterisk, we have to use ampersand lowest, and for copyright we have used copyright in our document. It is ampersand copy. To display fraction, we have to say ampersand frac. So we will continue to the next slide in after a short break.
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने, जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने, अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने, धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो, समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो, कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो, कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो, मित्रों हम उठे और जागे, मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने, जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने, शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर, शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बात, कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने, कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने, स्वयं बने,
Welcome back after the break. Now we will continue that what are the special characters and how we can add them. Greater than sign, we can use ampersand GT for greater than sign, ampersand LT for less than sign, ampersand NBSP for non-breaking space. So on. We have other characters also. For spades, we have used ampersand spades. For clubs, we can use ampersand clubs. Other specific and special elements, character formatting elements, we have strike for strike through the text, as we have in MS Word. Big is to just to place the text in next bigger font. Small is to place the text in small font. SUB to place the text in subscript form, and SUP for superscript form. We can see in our example, for displaying the date in the at the bottom of the page, to display the date we have used 29 September. TH is not written along it, it is called superscript when it is written as above. We have coded it. We can see here we have written TH in SUP tag, that is for superscript tag. Now we'll talk about lists. Lists are when we have to write some content in the form of list. We have three types of list: unordered, ordered, and defined list. First we will see unordered list. Most list elements are comprised of one or more list item or elements. In unordered list, we don't have the numbering of the list. We will just have one item after the another item. It is similar to bullets and numbering in MS Word. So when we use bullets, this is called unordered list. When we use numbering, it is called ordered list. So unordered list items in this list start with a list mark such as a bullet. We can set what type of bullet we can use. We can use square, we can use circle, that we will see later. So UL is a tag, LI is a tag for list item, and for setting the type of bullet we use attribute type. There are three bullet types: disk, circle, and square. So these are controlled in Netscape Navigator by the type attribute. You can see we have used square type in this example. When we have ordered list, we have number for these items, like we have numbering in MS Word. Items in this list are numbered automatically by the browser. We can also have type attribute, like what type of numbering we can have: 1, 2, 3 numbering, or ABCD numbering, or italic small letters numbering. We can write them, and we can also have an attribute called start. Start attribute said that from which number we have to start the list. Like we have to start the list by 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It will number it automatically. So we have different type of numbering styles, like 1, 2, 3 ABC, Roman 1, 2, 3. So we can see list of elements starting a number for an ordered list. So we have started ordered list with type this, and after that we have used P tag for writing text, and then we have starting the list item with Roman bullet, whether starting with number 3. We can see it in our example also. We have list of programs offered by NIOS, and then we have a list of programs. We can see it in our code. We have used ordered list type equals to 1, then list items in list tags, and then we have closed the ordered list tag. Similarly, we have definition list. In definition list, each item consists of one or more definition terms. When we have a definition description, then like in this example, HTML will be written, and in that sublist, without any bullet or without any numbering, it will go some spaces from the left margin on the page. Then it will show hypertext markup language. Then in next line, it will show dog with another alignment aligned to HTML, and a human's best friend will go aligned to hypertext markup language. So in definition list, the definition descriptors, it goes some tab away from the main margin. This is a good example to understand that we have an ordered list. Within that we have one ordered list. So we have started with square bullets. We can see that it is shown with square bullets, all the list items. Then we started OL type Roman, start equals to 3. It is shown in the output that it has started with 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Next is images section. Upon completing this section, we will know how to add images to our pages. IMG tag, it is used to add any graphic image on the page, and in this we have attribute src source. It can be the URL of any image, or it can be the image stored in the system only, and it creates a referenced image, space for a referenced image, and it fits that image in that reference area. In example, we have added 2 images. First is logo in the beginning. We will see its code. Here IMG src source equals to NIOS logo.jpg, because we don't have to reference the entire address, because this image is stored where this notepad page is stored. So we don't have to address the entire address from drive then folders. If the image is located in another folder, then we have to specify the complete address of the image. Then we have set the width using width attribute, height using height attribute of the image. Say if I change width attribute to 10%, 10% of the actual width of the image. So the image has become wider because we have changed the width. Next image we have added at the last, which is IMG src. Again we have set the width, height, border equals to 4 and align equals to center. To align the image in center, we can set border equals to say 10. Then we can see a border surrounding. We have this border with width around 4. It was 4. Now we can say that it will shift to 10. Border has become thicker. We have also used width, and just to see again, we can change the attributes. Now we have changed the height from 60 to 80%. Now the height of the image has been changed. Similarly, we can use different image attributes to apply different styling to our images. Alternate text, there is ALT attribute of image. It defines that whatever it is a label of the image. Whenever we point the cursor, mouse cursor to the image, then it shows some text. That text is written in ALT tag of attribute of image tag. Next is alignment, align tag, and it allows to align the image on your web page. So we you can use align equals to center equals to left equals to right of the web page, and accordingly it will align the web page. Other attributes we have used width, height and border. We have seen that width, it is the width of the image in pixels. Height is the height of the image in pixels. We can also set in the percentage of the actual width and height of the image. And border, border is for border around this page. Image is specified in pixels. We also have H space and V space. These are the attributes to define the margins from horizontal and vertical margins. So H space is for horizontal space on both sides of the image, and V space is for vertical space and top and bottom of this page. So a setting of 5 will put 5 pixels of images, invisible space above and below the page. So these can be called as margins: left margin, right margin, and top margin and bottom margin. So we can say some examples, like for IMG tag we can use border tag, width, height, ALT attribute, H space attribute and align attribute. Next is anchors, URLs and image maps. These are the links which we can add in our web page. whenever we talk about web page, to go from one page to another page, we have to have any type of link, either in the form of image or in the form of text. Otherwise, the entire document is only on one page. So in this, we will learn insert links into the documents, define link types, define URL, and list some commonly used URLs, and plan an image map. So we will see that how we have used link in our example. Here we can see official website www.nius.in. This link is being shown in yellow color. We have set the color using vlink attribute. We shown it earlier also. We have added the link attribute in body tag itself. Link equals to green link when this link will be shown on the very first time on the web page. A link is the color, it will be shown when the link is clicked. It stands for active link. And V link is the color, it will show when it has been visited. This is the yellow color, that's why it is shown as yellow. If we click the link, it will display the link in another window, another tab of the window, and we can say that it has been visited, therefore it is yellow in color, and while it was clicking, it was red in color. For link, we use a tag. Here we can see we have used a hyperreference. Hyperreference is the attribute which says that to which web page at the local system or at the internet, which web page it will go to. Target equals to blank. This attribute is taken because of to open the link in another tab. Otherwise, the page will get opened in that tab only. This is the text which we have to set as a hyperlink, and this is the closing tag. So this is called anchor tag. The tags used to produce links are the A and closing A tag. The example below shows how to make the word. So we have already seen that how to add an image. Href is the attribute, it stands for hyperreference. So we have already seen that what is the link, V-link and A-link colors. We have interlinks also. Internal links means the link on the same web page. So links can also be created inside large documents to simplify navigation. As you can also see that in some web pages we have on the same web page we have top of the page link. Then when we go to the bottom we have when we are at the top we can have a link to go to the bottom of the page or to any respective heading. So these are the links within the document. These does not point to another web page. So select some text. We can use a name attribute. So we will name some name to the tag, and at last we will define the hyperreference equals to bookmark name, and then we will write the hyperlink. So the name attribute of an anchor element specifies a location in the document that we link to shortly. So it will define that what is the location. All name attribute in document must be unique. Next is image maps. Image maps are we have to divide the image, and every block will refer to some other link. So image maps are images, usually in GIF format, that have been divided into regions. We divide them in different regions. We can divide them in circles, in squares, in a rectangle area. Clicking in a region of the image cause the web server to be connected to a new URL. So when we are using anchor tag, we are using a text. We are using a text as a hyperlink. When we are using image maps, we are using different parts of the image to use as hyperlinks. And this causes web server to be connected to a new URL. Image maps are graphical form of creating links between pages. Obviously that was text, and these are graphical related to images. There are two types of image maps, client side and server side. Both types of image maps involve a listing of coordinates. Obviously we have to define some regions using some coordinates, and that define the mapping regions and which URLs those coordinates are associated with. And this is known as the map file. We have to create a separate map file which will tell what is the region of the image map area and to which URL it is specifying. We have to find the coordinates of in the form of square, in the form of circle, in the form of polygon. If we say client side image maps, so we can see an example like we have image tag, source, and we have width and height and border, and this image area will use map1. Map1 is a separate file which tells to which area this will reference the hyperlink to. So we can see next line, map name equals to map1. Here we are defining area shape, which is rectangular, and then coordinates, and then hyper reference to which page, to hi.html, and next shape is rectangle, then we have different coordinates, then it is redirecting to different page, and then we have next shape of circle, different coordinates, and it is redirecting to different page. So this way we have map tag, and we can use that map1 in image tag. Then that image area will be divided into different regions and referencing to different web pages. So it was all about HTML basic tags and how you can add the different attributes using different tags to your HTML page. Next we will see how to style a page. Like we use an example of a building. We have structured the building. To style the building, to add designs to building, so to add designs and styling to our web page, we use cascading style sheets. We will discuss this in the next class, and I hope you understood this very well and you will show some interest. You will try these codes at your system also. Thank you so much.